It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a big impact on what could possibly go down over here towards Pool A. As you can see the map fly through, the first map is going to be Arden Forest. Between the teams, we do have Rise Nation, Lightning Pandas. Now, here's the situation. When Lightning Pandas win this game, that'll put them at 3-0 in the pools. And they ended up just beating the team who is in that second place spot in Echo Fox. So if Lightning Pandas win this game, they are going to win and go atop of Pool A. They'll secure that #1 area as well. Even if they go on to lose the next one, they lead in the head-to-head. So that's just something to keep in mind. What is on the table here in this one? On a map like Arden Forest, we've seen what Rise Nation's been able to do here this weekend on this map, and then we've also seen what Lightning Pandas, definitely a map that they favor just because of the aggressive playstyle of their submachine gun players. But now you can start to see Lightning Pandas got a lot of the time they're off of Cave to kick things off at Rise Nation. They're fighting for that control, but they already have the rotations going over here early to you.
They do indeed. And I wonder what the issue with this Rise Nation squad has been so far this weekend. Not performing up to the standards that probably was expected of them. You know, Slasher coming in. I mean, realistically, look, this team on paper is phenomenal, but it's still the early stages for them, isn't it? Do you think it is going to be a sort of a learning period with Slasher coming in? I mean, it can't be that different to having methods, surely.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, too, is that you also bring Slasher, but you bring in a vocal leader. And we all know that from the side of Rise Nation, Looney is kind of the brains behind the operation. So now you have two guys who, at times, are probably going to butt heads when it comes down to it, whether it's in Search and Destroy, whether it's in Respawn as well. So I think it's just kind of finding that footing, who's going to be on calling the shots from this point out. Obviously, you know that the raw gun skill is going to be there from all these guys on the side of Rise Nation. I think it's just going to take a little bit for these guys to get their mojo back and start to moving forward, but you don't have much time to work with. It's Saturday here. You need to try to get to a good position here in the polls with what you have to work with after that slow Friday, so I think Rise Nation will be able to turn things around.
Well, we will see, and they have a chance to, of course. You know, even if they do lose this and they go into losers, we will see what they are made of on, well, tonight and Sunday, so let's see. But into this game, they do have a lead here now. Lightning Pandas are about 25 behind, so looking towards the scoreboard. TJ has had a good start here, 10-4. Gunjar and Exotic, goddamn, he doesn't have a kill yet. 1-7 from Gunjar. Exotic 0-7, but they are going to be the first ones over towards Bunker, and Lightning Pandas are nicely set up here.
And we see the patient play, the two players waiting over towards this side. Lightning Panda was the team that rotated early, so now Rise Nation are trying to break in there through the front, but you see Enable getting those nice crossfire shots. He's at 12-5, so you have the AR from the side of Lightning Pandas in Enable sitting at 12-5. You have TJ at 12-6 from the side of Rise Nation, and you can see how much of a headache TJ is giving Exotic when it comes down to this matchup. Still yet to pick up a kill. Was the first player inside, so he's been soaking up the majority of this time, but here comes TJ, breaks on through, finds two, and it will be Royalty to finally clean him up.
Yeah, Royalty gets a good couple of kills there as well. He's going to go down to Looney's grenade, and once again, Lightning Pandas find themselves taking the lead. It's just about to go over. I say that, and Rise have taken over. Unfortunately, Cast a Curse coming in there for Lightning Pandas. Exotic has eventually found himself a kill, but sitting at 1-10, you wonder how would Lightning Pandas be doing right now if him and Gunjar had managed to pick up more than 4 kills between them.
See Slasher now here towards the back rock. It's going to be a fight going down here. Enable needs to try to play his life, but it seems like a shot's going to be coming from behind. That is going to clean them up, so Rise Nation is still going to be pinned over here towards the back bridge. It's going to be up to Lightning Pandas to put the pressure towards cabins to try to flip these spawns and to really pin them down in towards that spawn trap. Royalty should be able to take a Slasher here with ease. Shots go down to TJ, picks up the kill, and now this is where they can trap them inside, but with Royalty getting stunned, being left completely out in the open, that's going to be an easy break for the side of Rise Nation to go on forward. Exotic, the next line of attack for Lightning Pandas. He gets 1 kill, is going to end up dropping there by Slasher. They have no AR presence in that hill to try to peek out. That is why Rise Nation is able to take back East Road. Yeah,
Rise push through and they get cabin control as well. Looney running that gunfight where he needs to, and everyone else just floats through next to tank, and it's an easy enough retake for Rise Nation, who find themselves a pretty decent lead. It's about 20 right now. Lightning Pandas may soak up the rest of this time, or looks like the Rise will get the final 5 seconds, but after the first rotation, it's about a 20-point game as Royalty picks up 3 as we move in towards Cave now. And let's have a look at the score, but Exotic has picked it up a little bit, as has Gunjar, but still just slacking a little bit. Enable had a great start and has slowed down Royalty, though. 20-12, good stuff from him. On the other side of things, Rise Nation, all very consistent. Only TJ really above and beyond everybody else. Scoreline sort of reflects it. It's a fairly close game, 83-71. Looking towards Cave, though, it is going to be Lightning Pandas in there right now. TJ put some good shots in there, but Enable does shut him down. And good work from the STGs of Lightning Pandas here. Now, I mean, if you looked at this game from the outset, I mean, what? They're going to go against Gunless and Slasher with the STGs right now. And, okay, Gunjar is struggling a little bit, but Enable's doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things throughout the year, too, is that with Enable being on that Evil Geniuses team, Eggs had that flex role. And I was kind of saying throughout the years that Enable needs to be that flex player. That's where we've seen him at his peak. We know what he can do with a submachine gun, but with the AR, in IW is where we saw that he was going to be most deadly. So now with this Lightning Pandas team, he fits in perfect. And with Royalty, how fast he plays, and he's rocking the infantry class as well, so he's going to have a better strafe speed. With somebody who plays on that high sensitivity at 7, and I know there's always going to be comments that we always bring up the sensitivity, but it plays a factor in it. I mean, we've seen the clips that he's capable of, but once you play on that higher sense, you're going to be able to move around quick. You're going to be more agile when it comes to that movement, as well as just finding yourself in these engagements. So I think big time, this helps out Lightning Pandas. They finally had that dedicated flex in Enable, and it's showing right now. Yes, they are going up toe-to-toe with Slasher and Gunless. You have one of the best ARs, one of the best flex, but they're giving them a little bit of a run for their money here in this one as well.
Indeed. And Exotic, as said, we'll keep an eye on that. He was 0-7, so picking himself up to 9-17 isn't too bad. Hope we can see more from him. We've seen him play very, very well in their game, first game this morning, going up against GG at Orange, and if you can find that sort of form in this game, Lightning Pandas will well and truly be in it. But cast your eyes over towards the score. It's still a pretty close game, and the rotation in the top left corner is most definitely in favor of Lightning Pandas. Gunjar does not need to challenge that gunfight against Slasher in a power position. Royally is going to catch him though. In the middle of no man's land, Looney, the second one that is try and do something for Rise Nation, not going to happen. Lightning Pandas holding well, but Gunless and TJ going to push through now there as well. Exotic does take him down though. TJ, Gunless is there to help him as well though, but back and forwards, and it's Looney causing the issues at the back here.
He takes a gunfight from range there. Not a smart one to take, but with the spawn that he was gifted, I mean, you have to try to make some sort of presence, trying to be a nuisance, but a little bit over the top, trying to go in for that one. So now TJ dives on through. You saw the nade that he threw. Didn't really do a whole lot for him, as now the game is going to be set up even. 113 apiece between both of these sides. Enable starting to heat up here. You saw the kills that he got over towards Bunker. He's now sitting at 24 and 15 for the side of Lightning Pandas. They get a good hold over here towards the Bunker. Rise Nation, though, they're getting set up. You can start to see Gunless increasing his line of sight over here towards the first hill, but Gunjar with the PPS-8 shuts down the angle, finds the kill, but should be cleaned up here by Slasher.
He does get killed by Slasher as well. So looking towards East Road, it is going to be Rise Nation there first. Lightning Pandas sort of find their first decent lead of the game here. It's about 20 points or so. Will be in a second as Rise Nation take over a couple of times. Looney not missing shots with the PPS-8 right now. We've seen him perform very, very well throughout the year. And the SMGs of Rise Nation trying to get them back into this game. They're not far behind. And it does seem as if Lightning Pandas are going to spawn at the back there now. A bit of a split, actually. Exotic has spawned behind, so Rise Nation are going to be careful of that one. Actually, a bit of a split spawn here, so could be something for Lightning Pandas to work with. Exotic gets 2, and that might open things up. Looney does take down Enable. East Road now momentarily in control of Lightning Pandas, but back and forth we go. Nobody able to establish any sort of control here, Dirk.
No, they're not. This is what you really expect from the side of East Road now. You sit there and you look at that split that came from Exotic. He was the player that made that play. I mean, if he wasn't there, that's where it starts to get a little bit scary. If you're on the side of Lightning Pandas, you're going to be stuck in a spawn trap. You're going to have Slasher over here towards the rock watching that backside. You have Gunless inside of the hill with his own STG. But you see the nice kills coming in there from Gunjar. That solidifies the cabin control now. Now with Gunjar on this cross, you can allow your submachine gun player to push on inside the hill. That's exactly what they do. But this time, they're going with that dual AR setup. It's a common strategy to see between a lot of teams. They're going to be able to peek out, catch the players running from that back bunker side, and now with that smoke down, they think, okay, Gunjar is going to be useless now. But he pushes up there towards the stump, gets himself into a better position. Royalty from range to the PPS-H, hits 2 nasty shots, 4 dead for Rise Nation. Lightning Pandas starting to run away with this one time.
Oh, he's snapping. Really good stuff from Lightning Pandas. Everyone on that team firing now, and Gunjar finds himself very, very close to streaks. Exotic gets 2 in and around Bunker, and all that cave time, he's going to go to Lightning Pandas. Rise Nation give up the ghost on that one. I'm going to move away now towards Ruins. I'll be interested to see how close Gunjar is. If we can have a look in a second. Royalty picking up some good kills here. No, he's not missing bullets on Gunless and Slatter. And the rotation round to Ruins is looking good for them as well. It's only Looney there to try and hold fast. The rest of Rise are coming through from Clock Tower side. Royalty eventually going to slow things down here. And Gunjar, I don't know if he got a hold of those streaks, but as we go to Ruins, Lightning Pandas find themselves in a pretty decent lead here of about 50 points.
It's going to be a scary, scary series for the side of Rise Nation if you continue to get this slaying power coming in from Royalty from what we've seen just here. And I think with infantry being used on that submachine gun, it's something that we haven't seen a whole lot of, but that strafe speed is going to make such an impact. Just look at it this way. Any IR who's running that infantry, we see how quick they move with that line of sight. With that PPSH, you're going to be able to continue moving just as fast. So once it gets into these close range areas, you're not going to be punished for when you decide to aim down your sights. 200 points now have been reached from the side of Lightning Pandas. They make it a tough priority though. They need to watch the cross and get the kills before they can push on inside. But now it will be Rise Nation taking over the last 20 on this hill. But Lightning Pandas still trying to make it the last pitch effort to try to go on inside with 14. But now you start to see the rotations up there towards that top side of your minimap. They are getting the kills. Every kill they get from here as well. Rise Nation will be spawning out.
Yeah, and you know the thing is they have another go at that in Ruins, and it just puts them in a position where Rise can't get as many points because they're trying to concentrate on the gunfights. Even if they take them off for 5 or 6 seconds, they've got time because they've got the rotation to bunker, so it works out for them. But Rise trying a slow pick around the back. Royalty is not going to be long for this world. Goonjar's got a lot to do, and he is going to get taken down. The spawns of Rise Nation come up towards back bunker, and Exotic is in a world of trouble here unless he can find 3. Not going to happen. Does get taken down, and Rise with a nice, clean break. Important to note, the clock, the timer at the top. Only a minute remaining on that one. That might come into play, possibly. It depends how long Rise can keep themselves in this one. Lightning Pandas could still walk away with it very, very soon. But Rise Nation getting all the time on the board here. They're looking like they're going to get the rest of the time here at bunker anyway. 20 points more, and that's going to put them still within 40 points of Lightning Pandas. So Lightning Pandas very much in the driving seat here, Dirk.
That's the thing too. Lightning Pandas should have had a solid hold on this one, but they allowed 3 players from the side of Rise Nation to go all the way back completely uncontested. Now, the typical setup that you want over towards bunker, you need an AR who's going to be playing towards that far backside. But again, that's going to be a nice 3-piece by Royalty. Makes it 4 over there towards the open. Royalty trying to push close towards 50 kills. He's getting aggressive. He's on the hunt. Exotic finds 2. Lightning Pandas looking to close it down here over towards the east row, but now the spawns have flipped. That's because Royalty spawned back, but Lightning Pandas, they're perfectly okay with this setup. You'll have the AR inside of the hill. That's going to be enable. Rise Nation, they have to try to flood on through. 3 stack doors. Royalty goes in again. Finds the 2 there. Streak is going to be earned. 40 seconds left on the game clock as Rise Nation push on in, but the nades, it holds them back just for the time being.
Royalty is about to break 50, and what a performance out of him. Lightning Pandas looking good on East Road. The streaks are coming in. It's going to be more than 50 at this rate, but all the gunfire coming in for Lightning Pandas. Rise Nation looking sick here, and Royalty has just put on an absolute masterclass. 51 and 34 out of him, and he's got time to get more here, Dirk.
Yep, still not over though. Rise Nation continuing to push on inside. They have pushed it to the next hill, but now it will be Exotic inside. He gets that first initial time. It's contested. Like we said, keep an eye on the game clock. Every single time the hill was not being capped, that clock is going down. When it's contested, it's going down. If you're Lightning Pandas, you're perfectly fine with that one. 4 dead Lightning Pandas. They take map number 1 there. You see Royalty, the man closest to your screen. A monster game when it comes down to the slaying. It made up for that slow performance that Exotic had.
Yeah, Exotic had a slow performance, but Royalty, as said, more than makes up for that one. Phenomenal. What was it in the end? 53, I think he put up?
I think so.
Wow. And what was the record this year? 55?
That I have no idea.
We'll find that out. JP will be on to me. But wow, what a performance. A single player performance out of that one as well. We've seen Enable have a good game, but Lightning Pandas, man, they're looking good in this group. And they're one of these teams that a lot of people said, you know, this is a team that deserves to be in the league. Had issues online, unfortunately for them, which has put them in a position that they can't actually get into it. But throughout the rest of the year, there's still, well, the rest of Seattle, there's still Anaheim, and the big one, Champs as well, obviously in August sometime. What a game that was, though. Let's have a look at how it broke down. Lightning Pandas take it. Cave having a good time there in bunker. I mean, bunker being the main one, really. 50-point difference towards Rise. That's nearly the difference that they won by.
Yeah, and 35 kills for Looney, 37 for Enable, and the reason we highlighted Enable is because of that hill time, 108 seconds. But like I said, Bunker was the big game changer in this one. East Road was pretty much even, only separated by 2 points, and that went over to the side of Rise Nation. Final score for this one, 250 to 183. I'm curious, we'll get the official confirmation of what Royalty ended up finishing with, because it's a nice little perk to go on through to land and possibly even break the record, I think, which was set on London docks by Slasher, but I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head. But see, that Lightning Pandas pick for Arden Forest, yes, it's one of Rise Nation's probably better maps with this team, or just back in the past it was. But now with Slasher on the team, how does that try to change things up? I feel like from Lightning Pandas, as soon as we saw these guys come into pool play a few events ago, it's just a map that they love to play, and you immediately saw it there. I think this is probably the best scenario when the roster made it, when it formed. If you get, I mean, it was a lot kind of sitting there in your head, okay, what are the roles for these teams going to be now? And now you see Enable comes onto the team. He's back into Flex, which a lot of people wanted to see him throughout the year running that role. Royalty, going down to that secondary submachine gun alongside Exotic, but plenty of maps to still go, Ton. It's a best of 5 series, and this is what it's going to be. St. Marie Dumont Search and Destroy is going to be for map 2. London Docks capture the flag for game 3 there, and if we do go the distance to 4 and 5, London Docks Hardpoint, Valkyrie Search and Destroy.
And you know what I think makes that performance from Royalty even more impressive from me? When you look at Ardennes as a map, you sometimes think about the ARs more, don't you? You know, that's what we sort of concentrated on in that scenario. You thought of Slasher and Gunless, and then you thought Gunjar and Enable, and I mean Enable started well, and then Royalty just picked it up massively in a big way. And just them SMG gunfights is why they win it. You look at where they got their points as well. Bunker is where they really did well, and you know, those close quarters gunfights, obviously winning them in that scenario, but we got plenty more to play in this game. Rise Nation not having a good start to their new roster. Obviously Methods was dropped for Slasher, which a lot of people sort of said, well yeah, okay, that makes sense, but right now it's not being justified quite yet. St. Marie Search coming up next time. I was just trying to concentrate what was going on there. London Docks capture the flag, as said, and then, as you can see, if we do need them, London Docks Hardpoint, Valkyrie Search and Destroy. I mean, where do you think the series goes from here, Dirk? I mean, look, I was going to say you've seen more Lightning Pandas than me, but realistically, they've been Canadian national circuit, haven't they? So.
I watch a lot of Call of Duty, Ton. Don't underestimate me.
Okay. All right, well, what do you think is going to happen then? Because for me, Lightning Pandas look lights out in that series.
No, yeah, and like we said, Ardent 4 is probably one of the more comfortable picks going on forward. But this is the things with these new rosters. Yes, we have stats going from all the way from the beginning of the year when it comes down to a team's record, individual stats in certain modes. But all of that is honestly tossed out of the window. And as the weekend's been going on, we've been getting the stats for the likes of Rise Nation because they've been in pool play the entire time. Lightning Pandas, that'll probably be more worked on at the end of day 2. But it's just in terms of the whole veto process, I feel like with these new teams, they're kind of sticking with those crutch picks. The 2 maps that were played non-stop at the beginning of Call of Duty World War II, London Docks, Ardennes Forest, and even like St. Marie maybe being thrown into there as well. But I know for a lot of these teams, if you go look at the stats when it comes down to the vetoes, those are the 2 maps that are mostly played. So it's just trying to find that footing with that map pool. You need to try to redo everything and try to expand it again. Get that Valkyrie into the mix. You have to be good at every single hardpoint map because there's going to be one of them that will always make it through. So obviously everyone's going to have their bands. Typically it's always Gibraltar, it's St. Marie Dumont. So that leaves the rest on the table, the Ardennes Forest, the London Docks, and then the Valkyrie. And for those ones, a lot of these, like the core maps, definitely favor in Lightning Pandas just because of how aggressive they play. But we'll see if Rise Nation can bounce back here in the Search and Destroy as we get this one kicked off with the boys on Rise. It's going to be Gunless with Bomb. A hit is looking like it's going to happen.
Well, it's definitely the way they've went. Smoke goes up in mid, and that's usually what we do see. But let's see what Rise Nation can do here to try and bounce back. Royally is getting hella aggressive, and well, what do you know? He wins the gunfight. Slasher goes down. And a really good start for Lightning Pandas. TJ is going to even the odds, not going to quite get the peek onto Enable, but it is traded by Looney. So we quickly find ourselves in a 2 versus 2. It is going to be Looney and Gunless taking on Gunjar and Royalty.
And with only 15 seconds left, you see player 8 Royalty's in a little bit of a tough spot, but now he's starting to hug the wall, pushing on forward, one-on-one engagement, but Gunless, he gets those shots in, but that's going to be another trade coming through, this time by Gunjar. He's going to have that advantage through the window. He did spot Looney jumping over top. Is Looney going to take this gunfight? Jiggle peeking for the time being. 30 seconds left. If you're Looney in this situation, you have a sub. You need to try to find the area where it's going to be most beneficial to you. You need to try to make the play over towards B, or at least get down and hunt for that kill. But you see Gunjar, he's backing all the way up. He's playing that range with the STG, but he didn't spot him. I think Looney may have. No, he did not. So he's going to go ahead and peek up. He's definitely going for the kill, but now the plant could be trying to come on through.
Oh my God.
He's going to go down. All Gunjar has to do is just check the bomb. But if he gets this down, this is going to be big. He jukes him out completely. Looney's going to get the bomb down on A. And now in a round where it looked like it shouldn't go Rise Nation's way, 40 seconds on the clock, it's working against Lightning Pandas.
Wow, that's just so unfortunate. Both players just missing each other by a hair's breadth. I mean, that was just crazy. If you looked, I was just watching the minimap the whole time, and there was multiple occasions where they nearly crossed paths. But let's see now. Gunjar's got it all to do, but he does have a PPSH, and in this scenario, it's not a bad weapon to have, and he gets it. And I think deservedly so. You know, he put himself in a good position for that round, and Looney gets, I mean, yeah, smart play from him to take that over towards A, but gets fortunate with the way that Goonjar turns, and eventually Lightning Pandas do get the round on the board.
So we'll see going into the second round what the offensive attack is going to be like for the side of Lightning Pandas. You almost saw Looney almost juked him out just there from time. I honestly thought that when Goonjar went into the cube, when he was running away to back barn, I thought Looney, when he was over towards middle map, I thought he might have seen him cross. So I thought that immediately the kill was going to ensue, but juked him out just for the time being, wasn't able to come out on top with the round. As you can see, Goonjar making some pretty good progress towards those streaks here as well. Bomb will be in the hands of Enable, as now B bomb site control has gone completely to Rise.
So Royalty chooses to do, gets shot in the back, a little bit overzealous towards A, and Gunless catches him off guard. Goonjar is surely dead. I mean, if you're going to walk in the middle of the map there, surely if you haven't got mid-map control, that's what's going to happen. Gunless gets a second. Enable now finds himself in a possible situation. Gunless nearly takes him down himself. The bullets are raining in. I'd be very surprised if Enable gets out of that. 1-1. Rise Nation answer back.
A very just weird round coming in from Lightning Pandas there. Why have Goonjar just go straight to the middle cut when they don't have restaurant control or they don't have lookout control? That's one of those things that you need those two areas clear before you can just go running out to the open like that. So probably one of the more easy rounds that Rise Nation will have here on the defensive end. And we'll see what they opt to do here on the offensive side. Last time we saw a heavy A hit off the rip. We'll see if they try to replicate that one. TJ is going to be running the energetic, trying to lead the charge for the side of Rise Nation while the bomb probably goes into the hands of Looney. We'll see what they plan to do here through mid.
Looks like a mid push. He's going to go for it, not overly commit, but they want to try and get control of the restaurant, and Goonjar's going to be caught with his pants down, I say. Enable does cover off his teammate very, very well. TJ goes down. 4 versus 3 in favor of Lightning Pandas now, and that was looking like TJ's kill. Looney now finds himself in the middle of the map with the bomb, and that's not where you want to be. Needs to back it up and try and get out of this scenario. Exotic might just catch him. Bulletov went in. He is going to get taken down. Gunless and Co need to get that bomb back. He's got Slasher for company as well, but 4 members of Lightning Pandas find themselves still alive and should be able to close this round, you'd think.
See, I mean, you always sit here and search and destroy, and if you try to play mid, you need somebody watching over top of you. You can't just rely on a submachine gun player to push up into the top sandbags without having AR just looking towards the other side, and that's what ultimately shut that one down. But in that sequence, Slasher now will be left up in a 1 versus 2. First kill is going to come in. Shots go down into the second, but not going to be able to connect on Exotic. So similar situation to what we saw before. This time, though, you favor Slasher. We've seen with the S&D performance he's had. But Exotic, with the energetic, he finds himself in a better position. Slasher loses the gunfight. Doesn't even have a chance to react. Exotic finishes that one off 2-1 in favor of LP.
He absolutely flew around them up there, Exotic. And Slasher's not going to expect them to be that close up already, I don't think. And gets a couple of headshots as well. Slasher goes down very, very quick. But, I mean, that was a 4v2 scenario for Lightning Pandas at one point. And it goes to a 1 versus 1. So props to Gunless and Slasher to bring that one back, but ultimately, Lightning Pandas will bring that one back, and Royalty not having as good of a game as he did on the first one. I mean, he'd struggle in any scenario to do that because he was absolutely lights out on Ardenna hard point. Now let's see, can they take a decent lead here? They are 2-1 up, or can Rise Nation answer back?
Yeah, Royalty's a very aggressive player, and it's a very odd situation that you're in right now because you send your submachine gun player to try to fight a battle where you know there's probably going to be an AR on the other side. So now you kind of have to backtrack. They did get the kill to open things up here at B, but it was going to be TJ following that one up, so the trade comes in, and Abel's able to find that one. Looney and Gunless left up 2 versus 3. Looney up in towards top restaurant, but you can see Gunless trying to work his way here through middle. I think it looks like they might be going for a 2-man flank to try to break the site, but now you have to try to have Gunless. He can't miss a shot here. He has to be able to rip this guy off the bomb. I think that's going to be Enable if we can hop over to him just real quick. He's going to be right here. It's going to be so hard to get him off of this. Think of like a tin warehouse window hold. That's what you have to see. Looney goes in with the bait, though. They almost do get it. Enable ducks down. Looney left up now in a 1 versus 3. Takes 1 kill. Not going to be able to get the defuse. Lightning Pandas with a hell of a round.
Really good round. Methodical and clinical across the board. Fantastic work from Lightning Pandas, who find themselves 3-1 up in the search and destroy, 1 up in the series. What was the CTF game? Can you remember?
No.
No, I can't either. Never mind.
We have terrible memories.
I'm waiting on production just to whisper it in my ear.
It's probably like London Docks.
I think it was. Oh no, I'll have to ask. I'll ask. Go on, Dirk. Go on. I'll ask.
All right. Diving straight into this round. Lightning Pandas with that 2-round lead. This looks like it's going to be B again for the side of Rise Nation. Hitmarker's going to come in. They know somebody's already on the site. This is going to be up to Looney to try to hunt for the kill. But you see the trade. It's going to be right up top. Looney finds one. One more player to worry about. Gets the shots down, but Royalty gets the turn and the kill. 2 versus 2 now here quickly in this round 5. That last kill comes in. That's going to be from Goon from top red. B bomb site control completely in their favor. And now that bomb is going to be down directly towards the side. Slasher opened things up there with a kill on Goonjar. Picks up the PPSH. And is now trying to find himself in a little bit a better position. But here comes the gunfight. Enable shots. Enable kill. Slasher falls. And that's going to be another round for Lightning Pandas.
Great stuff from Enable there. He knows the bomb's there, so he knows that Slasher has to come around and try and rip him off the heady. But it is indeed going to be CTF London Docks next. I was just curious because I'm sort of thinking to myself, do Rise, I mean, Rise Nation obviously would love to win this map, but do they need it? Could we be going into a CTF map that would be more favored for them? But if honestly, the way that I see the SMGs from Lightning Pandas playing right now, if Lightning Pandas win this, this could be a very, very, very quick 3-0. I
mean, you saw Enable too, he's just breaking things down. This is what Lightning Pandas need. I mean, you have Exotic, who's one of the younger players. You have Royalty, who has been on that come-up. I mean, we've seen what he's been able to do in the past. Then you have Goonjar, a veteran. So you bring Enable, who's going to be calling the shots and making the plays. You're seeing the impacts it makes, and Royalty having one hell of a series. Guns down TJ from top red. Gunless now left up, 1 versus 3. The story of the search and destroy for Rise Nation. Gunless falls. Now it's going to be map point for the boys on Lightning Pandas.
Royalty is absolutely cooking right now. He's just playing so well. Every single time we go on board with him, he just seems to be world starring kids left, right, and center. So fantastic stuff out of Lightning Pandas. That leadership from Enable is doing them a lot of good. And you can tell on Gunless's face, he's not too pleased with how his team's performing right now. And rightly so, you know. I mean, what do you think we had too many expectations of Rise Nation this weekend with that addition of Slasher, or do you think it's, you know, just the adaptation that they're having to do as a team? Because I mean, for me, it's not that big of a change.
No, it's honestly the expectations we have from are perfect. We're like, okay, you got probably the best AR player in the game. You guys should be able to compete at the same level or at least better. And right now we're seeing a Rise Nation team that's just completely struggling there as well. As we're kind of rambling on here, 2 players are going to fall on Rise. So now that bomb is still going to be down over by B. If somebody can maybe try to get a quick pick on this one. We see TJ and them, they're hunting for the kills. Gunfight here with Exotic, shots going down. Peeks on Enable, shots going down through the wall. TJ still able to stay alive in this situation, but Slasher, he's making the play while TJ's being the distraction. But can Enable read this one? Is he going to get the timing? Slasher hard aiming, Slasher shoots again. He's going to be able to take Enable out this time. 2 versus 2 now. Bomb is going to be picked up there by TJ. Royalty probably has a PPSH in his hand. He's currently on a 4-kill streak as well. The hero of the series so far, finally going to fall. Slasher takes him out. A site control going in favor of Ryzen. You're at a disadvantage if you're Exotic. You have the PPSH. Slasher's just going to be watching over the top. And this is where you look at these last 2 players of Knife. You know this is a deadly combo to be going up against this 1 versus 2. With 40 seconds on the clock, he needs to try to get the defuse.
Sticking together and doing the right things as Slasher just seems to have taken things into his own hands in this round, picking up 2 and 3 kills to get Rise Nation another round on the board here. 5-2 now. And that was all Slasher, wasn't it? I mean, he has a fantastic time. As soon as he gets that kill on Enable, it just puts so much doubt in the minds of LP because there's different members of Rise on different sides of the map. So how do you work that? That's the thing.
So the big thing there, too, was that he threw that stun first to try to get a general idea. He actually hit TJ with that stun. TJ was running mountain, so he didn't get the armored, what do you call it, the little icon once you get that hit marker. So his initial thought was, okay, I can start to push forward a little bit here, but Slasher was right there. He had armored on, so he wasn't affected by that at all. So just kind of sitting there looking at the hit marker, he thought that maybe, okay, I can get this kill while he's stunned. He's going to be there for about 2 to 3 seconds. This is where I can try to make the play, but with just Slasher and them playing so close, kind of jukes it out just a little bit. With Rise Nation finally getting around on the board, you see an A hit, smoke was down, and now it's complete site control to the boys on Lightning Pandas. They turn away at the last second, gunless though. If he peeks out here, you see player 5. He's just going to be watching, proning right there. Exotic finds the first kill of the round.
Royalty gets the second, and Lightning Pandas find themselves in the ascendancy on map number 2 now. It is only Slasher and TJ in any position to do anything. TJ goes down. Slasher in a 1 versus 4. It's do or die for Rise Nation in map number 2. He goes down. Lightning Pandas up 2-0.
Rise Nation being struck by the lightning there in that map. What a dominating performance all around. And this is the thing, too, is that when we look at Lightning Pandas, we've seen their glimmers of greatness. Are they going to be able to remain consistent, I think, is my biggest story. We just kind of look at this roster, not only going into the rest of the series, but just going forward here in the tournament as well. We know there's some games, like you said, Royalty, that's been kind of like a question of his career. Just kind of sitting there, okay, what Royalty are we going to get? Are we going to get this Royalty who's just putting up consistent numbers, having these amazing games? Right now, you're having a godlike series from him, which is what you need, and not necessarily a must-win, but if you win this, this is first place in the polls, and you're up 2-0.
Yeah, looking so good as well. And what I mean, it's so beneficial for them if they can go through top of that group, you know, if they can get into winners. Even from that point, I mean, what you guarantee yourself like a top 12 finish already. It's crazy what they can do, Lightning Pandas. They've done this before. I think in Atlanta, did they get to winners bracket as well, didn't they? I think they finished second in their pool.
Terrible memory.
Yeah, sometimes I've got a good memory, sometimes I don't. It's all over the place. But either way, Lightning Pandas do find themselves up 2-0. Interesting, because I mean, if you said before this weekend that Lightning Pandas and Rise were going off against each other, you'd say Rise 9 times out of 10 are going to take this series, but Rise do indeed find themselves down 2-0 in this series. The Lightning Pandas absolutely roaring here on Bravo. We'll see what they can do if they can finish this off in 3 just after this quick commercial break. ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to CWL Seattle. Day number 2, and we've got Lightning Pandas going up against Rise Nation. Dirk, I don't know what happened with my accent there, I'll be honest with you. It went a bit off. I said Seattle weird. I know you looked at me strangely.
No, I was talking, the Bruce was talking in my ear. So I was like, did you mess up saying Seattle? Or
no, I did a little bit of that one, so Seattle. I don't know how I said it.
Welcome to America.
Anyway, into this one. Lightning Pandas find themselves in a weird situation. They're 2-0 up against Rise Nation, but fully deserved. Absolutely dominant performance on both maps. I mean, I say dominant. The first map was comfortable. The second was very, very good as well. And I mean, I still can't get over that. I mean, we still need JP to get onto me here. I want to know if that was the record. I can't remember.
No, it was 53 kills. I think it was 55.
55 the record? Yeah, I thought that was the record. I wasn't quite sure if it was that or 50. Either way, into capture the flag we go. And I just feel with the way that the SMGs of Lightning Pandas are being playing right now, this is going to be difficult for Rise Nation. But so far, they started very, very well. They've got control of barrels, and Gunjar's there to try and shut it down. Using a bar on this map. I mean, it's typically STGs that we see, but obviously you can't mix it up as TJ has actually pulled the flag out. Completely missed that one. Anyway, he's going to put that one in with 30 seconds gone.
Yeah, and something you're starting to see more too is from these submachine gun players. Yes, having armored is what you need and energetic. Some of them have been going towards infantry and stacking that. And TJ is the perfect example here in this situation. They stack it with all the attachments they need. They also have extended mags, so they're going to be set to pre-fire. You have so much more shots to work with here as well. Kills are going to be coming in. Flag is going to be pulled. And we've been talking about the bar a lot this weekend. And there's been some players, and it's really a situational type thing. With the advanced rifling, the 3-shot kill extends the range just a little bit more. So once you pull out that bar, you get set up in fire, you're going to be able to get people locked into a spawn trap. So now the trend, what you're starting to see is more of your slow AR player. They have the STG, and then for a secondary guy that flex, that is where the bar comes in handy. So from the side of Lightning Pandas, you're seeing Enable using that one, and he's been doing some pretty good work. But sometimes you even see the dual bar. That's what works out best, but another flag is going to be pulled. They take it through the OE. One player is going to be on the hunt. That's going to be Slasher. No energetic. He's going to be slow. The flag should be good to go there as well. Exotic is going to put this one in. TJ. Lightning Pandas could be up to all, but TJ trying to be the hero, not going to be able to flag cap for Exotic.
Oh, they make a counter cap here as well, though. I really like that from Lightning Pandas. They recognize that they're spawning water. Obviously, they got the call there. And as soon as somebody else from Lightning Pandas pushed it where Enable is, now they know to take it that way because they know Rise Nation are going to spawn water side. And that's going to be another flag for Rise there, and Enable's just going to try and put the pressure on if he can. He's going to do very, very well, actually. Gonna listen TJ go down. If Looney didn't survive there, that would have been looking good for a flag. And they may quite get Enable. Enable is actually just going to run it up. Screw it. Running him with a pistol, and he's done fantastically well because Gunjar cleans up in the mid-map as well. And back and forth we go. About 2.5 minutes through this map, and we already find ourselves with Lightning Pandas 3-2 up.
Yep. And you're maybe thinking, why did he go in for that challenge? You had Exotic towards the middle map, so even if he gets that flag out, ends up dying, he gets an immediate trade. They know off the respawn there's going to be nobody to contest from the side of Rise Nation, so that flag can continue to run, even if the player running it did end up falling. So now it's going to be a 3-2 lead for the side of Lightning Pandas. Streaks are going to be called into play there as well, making it a primary focus to take down Looney. And again, that's perfect streak usage with the flag that's being ran. They take out the player who was going to be going over towards Cole to try to stop that play, but Lightning Pandas, they're firing in all cylinders. Now they lead 4-2. Let's jump into an Astro Gaming listening with Lightning Pandas.
I articulate like their spawn. I articulate the spawn. You can pull up. It could be. I'm in him.
Crane probably already cracked it.
Probably. Yeah. Nice.
Ladder, dead.
Nice too.
What up? T-jump. I spawn water. OE right now.
Yo, he's getting. Yo, T-just cold. Pick it up.
Yo, I got one weak.
T-just cold.
Back up their flag heavy.
Yo, I got stunned. T-just cold.
Yo, not him out.
Come and just dive in. Oh, nice. Still T.
Go behind on their flag. Cole.
Only one cold.
One on their flag.
Oh,
he's gonna pull.
Yo, you went
water. Nice. Last guy
on
fire. Kill this guy on fire, and we're gonna relay on them again.
I'm looking. I don't. Yo, he could have won water. Yo, water steps right now. Slasher won it. Low apples. Their water steps. Slasher's their water steps. He's gonna be by apples.
Yeah, water steps Austin.
It was Slasher. Yep.
Yo, fire, 2 fire things.
Nice.
Double fire thing, man.
3 dead, last guy Looney. Yeah, that's last guy. That's one.
I'm gonna streak off. Still on fire. Weak.
Yo, just hold. John, just hold.
Kill that guy on fire and you're fine. You can streak. Nice streak.
Just hold fire. I'm coming through here. Where are you at, John?
I'm so stuff. I'm streaking right now. Stay alive. Crane, you saw him, John?
Yo, I think one's light. Nice. One could be OE.
In the back of the base. Fire right now. Fire.
Go fire light. I got 3. I think last guy OE.
I just got needed.
Yeah. He's right back.
Let's go. Spawn trap him.
Yep. Yo, 2 right back. I'm weak.
I have you. No, and fire. Crane. You rush Crane.
Great, I got him. Nice. Can I pull it or no?
Lightning Pandas putting on an absolute clinic here on the more preferred side. 6-2 is as it stands. We've seen 2 artillery barrage trying to pin the players from Rise Nation in towards their back base. They're not slowing down here. They're trying to get more. Only 30 seconds left in the round. The flag is out. You do have a player over here towards the steps. It's going to be Slasher. They're able to shut the player down with the flag. It is going to be returned. Now with 20 seconds for Rise Nation, you need to try to at least get that touch, force that extra time, start to make some forward progress. But Enable, he's been on fire throughout the entirety of the game, and he was that guy calling those shots, reiterating calls time and time again for his teammates. And we even talked about it. We were mind blown at the teamwork because right when we went in for cap number 4, that streak was perfectly placed for that player who was running. But just overall, once they're getting these call outs, the bait and switches are there. They're allowing these submachine gun players to like kind of fly out wide, one player's being that distraction. It's literally the basic way to play Call of Duty, but right now, Lightning Pandas, they're playing like, I know this is a basketball reference you might not get since you're from over across the pond. It's like Spurs basketball. It's so basic, but it works. And this is exactly what Lightning Pandas are doing. It's a thing of beauty to watch as a Call of Duty fan.
Absolutely amazing stuff from Lightning Pandas. Now, Rise Nation are not quite out of this yet. 6-2 is a doable scoreline. 4 on this side. You know, if they can get sort of rolling with the punches, then yes, they've got a chance. But what they've got to contend with is Lightning Pandas have streaks available as well. Phenomenal stuff out there. That's the first time I've seen Royalty miss bullets in about 20 minutes. Fantastic stuff to eventually get the kill on the TJ anyway, but just so many bullets with that extended mag as well. It gets another. Royalty is absolutely frying right now. He's only 9-9, but every time we go on board with him, he just seems to do work. Momentarily, though, Rise Nation do find themselves in control of fire, which is where you want to start getting things started. If you like, Exotic does take down Gunless, so that's going to relieve some of the pressure. Enable. Man, we were out last night. We went for sushi. Ian was there, and he was telling me what to get right now. But right now, he's eating Rise Nation alive. Fantastic stuff from him, and it's just unbelievable how well Lightning Pandas are playing right now. Slasher cleans up on the defensive. Gunja is going to get one at the TJ. Might just slow things down from Rise Nation. See, the longest that Gunja stays alive there, the better it is for Lightning Pandas, because it just slows them down. They've got to deal with them. One of the things, I mean, this is way back when I used to play. Everyone used to say, yeah, I know, we're talking a long time ago. What, oh, Black Ops 1, Black Ops, yeah, basically. But we always used to say, I used to play with some good players, and they were like, always wrap your flag, because you need to make sure everyone behind you is dead before you push. And it's one of those rules that can be flexed a little bit, you know, if you're going for the OE, if you're behind so long. But Gunjar's in a position there where they need to clean him up. If he stays alive a little bit longer, that could just benefit so much, because you can't push us forward as much as you want.
I play private lobbies all the time too, son. Does that mean I get to say as a former player, Dirk?
No, you don't, because you never used to play. Did you ever actually play?
No. But here in this game,
wow,
it's a bit of a blowout, and you're seeing Rise Nation's first taste with the new roster on London Docks so far here in CWL Seattle, and it's not going good. It's
going pretty terrible, to be honest with you.
It's going really bad, Ton.
It's going very, very bad.
And you see right now, Enable trying to push up over here towards this left side. And with that comfort cushion that you have extended for the side of the Lightning Pandas from being in that more preferred side, you know that when you go onto this side, you don't necessarily need to play more defensive, but you're going to be set up in a position where if they start to relay, you're going to have a lot of leeway to go with.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Where was the...
I don't know.
Where was the pun? Was that a pun? I don't think it was. Anyway, back into it. Lightning Pandas trying to push forward. Slasher gets a couple, and he's trying his best here. Slasher 19 and 14 right now. But, I mean, we talked about the SMGs on Lightning Pandas playing well. The ones on Rise aren't doing as well. Tej has 5 kills in 8 minutes. Not what you're being accustomed to see from him so far this year. And, I mean, this is the first opportunity we've seen Rise Nation have, and they have to pull this flag, and they have to pull it fast. Same time, though, Lightning Pandas have got that luxury of the lead that they have, and they're just going to overextend if you can get this kill on. Oh my goodness, what are you doing, Royalty? He's the king of London right now, and he's absolutely frying. Fantastic stuff from Lightning Pandas. This is another flag, and they are looking good for the 3-0 victory against Rise Nation here.
He's the king of a lot of places. Arden Forest, same Marie Dumont. He's the king of London as well. And this just kind of been the whole series there. Just what Royalty has been able to do. Like we said, if you had to pick an MVP just from the series alone, it's the guy you definitely have to give it to. He has 3 caps to his name. He's pretty even in the slaying department as well, but just from his performance in map number 1, Search and Destroy as well. This has just been...
I mean, what the hell, Royalty? 3 kills in a row. It's just absolutely sublime. Oh, if he got that fourth, I would have just lost my mind, but Royalty has just put on a clinic here. There's a minute and 15 left to go, and Rise Nation haven't got a hope in hell of beating this Lightning Panda squad right now.
Roster Mania is going to be fun. That's all I can say about this one. Rise Nation, the struggles continue. They're really going to have to fight through that loser's bracket. And I don't think that's, like we said, we had high expectations coming to this team, and rightfully so. Just because of the players that they were able to pick up, they still kept that core 3 as well. I mean, if you're Methods right now, you're sitting there and you have a big jolly smile on your face watching this game. Absolute blowout, 7-2. And that's going to be Lightning Pandas finishing with that 3-0 finish, and that's going to secure them the #1 spot over in this pool as well.
Wow. Sublime stuff from Lightning. And it's not even like, you know, they've come into this and I didn't see their other games, but right now they're not, it's not even close. That's the first time I've seen TJ pick up 2 kills in a row in about 30 minutes. Look at this. Look. Right, okay, I would have flipped the TV if you did that. Exotic picks up 3 in the mid-map, and it's just special little players like that and it's the teamwork as well. What, that 4th flag we see where Enable picks up the kill with the glide bomb and then turns around, gets the AR where they've already OE'd to get the flag, and it's just their teamwork has been phenomenal. Their single player and guns, I mean, everything has been sublime from Lightning Pandas. 3-0 over Rise Nation. What a result.
And that's a